the rabbit down the hole. All I found was broken holes in my lost soul. Teacher, was this the plan? 'Cause all the hell down here has made me a hopeless man. So sick and tired of being tired.
Welcome to episode 7 of the Kindle Columbus podcast with BRAVR. You're listening to the August 16th release of Homesick by BRAVR. If you like what we do and want to help support the local scene, give us a follow on Instagram at Kindle Columbus or on Facebook at Kindle Columbus. As always, be sure to stick around for the middle and the end of the podcast where we throw in the acoustic sessions that we recorded with BRAVR. Anyways, here's the podcast. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out episode 7 of the Kindle Columbus podcast. My name's Zach.
And this is Alonzo, and today we're with Kevin and Chris of the band BRAVR. Thanks for coming in, guys. I know we just met like a minute ago or so. How was the drive down here?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I worked all day and then met up with Kev. And
I worked all day, and then we drove down here.
So what do you guys do? What do you do?
I work for a glass company.
Okay.
So I do commercial glass, anything from Wendy's, Chipotle's,
Yeah.
to big buildings downtown Columbus, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's definitely interesting. How about you, man? What do you do?
I do digital printing.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. I
Yeah.
actually print all the tickets and posters and stuff for these guys.
Oh, really? So is that like where all these ones came from?
Here at
They're all
Craft
around?
and
I
Vinyl.
didn't do those ones.
Okay.
But,
I was
some
like,
of
wow,
the,
that's pretty crazy.
like the yellow one there, and just like the for the business.
Okay, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I guess one of the first things I want to talk about, tell us about your album or EP, a couple songs.
That was, I'd always played in like hardcore and metal bands. I've always been an emo pop punk kid at heart.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to play acoustic. That album was supposed to be kind of folky singer-songwriter.
Oh, really? Because it came out way different. It definitely,
Yes.
like, as soon as I listened to it, I was taking notes, and I'm like, man, I'm getting a lot of like pop punk, Blink-182 kind of vibes out of this, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's very.
Yeah, I mean, all the demos I did were very folky and
Yeah, I think it took a big turn when we actually started tracking. We started demoing stuff out at my place, and we were just doing like acoustic stuff. And I was like, well, I think this would be way cooler if it was like drums and electric guitar. And then that turned into I think this would be way cooler if it was faster and heavier.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a pop punk thing, and it's got like balance and composure vibes and stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely didn't come out folky at all.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy how that evolved.
yeah, it completely changed from, I mean, everything, which is fine. I'm
Yeah.
completely cool with that. I mean, I didn't want to put myself in a box. I just wanted to, hey, I wrote these songs, like, let's see if we can make them sound cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Kevin did a hell of a job. So
Yeah, so do you do all the production and all that kind of stuff?
I do, yes.
Okay, that's awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
Oh God, on and off for like 10 years.
Oh, okay, wow. That's awesome.
Was that your studio in the video?
It was,
Of,
yeah.
What's the
It's
song?
actually-
Savior.
Savior.
Yeah, it's actually just at my apartment in the dining room.
Oh, okay.
It's
that's
nothing
awesome.
crazy.
It looked good. I mean, and the whole album you guys did. I mean, it's professional. Like, it comes out very well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Chris, your vocals especially, I wanted to mention to you. You mentioned like pop punky and stuff. I think overall you just have a very welcoming voice. Like, just the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, the way you sing. It's just like, it's not like too in your face. It's all together. It's like. I feel at home when I listen to it.
Yeah,
That's what I should say, I guess.
I mean, that's cool to hear. I've never been a singer. This is
Really?
the first time I've ever sang on a record.
Wow, actually, you did a great job.
I've always been a screamer.
Okay.
I mean, I've led like church stuff.
Yeah.
But that's just, it doesn't really matter what you sound like in there. So yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that. That's it means a lot. Thank you.
So what are some of your inspirations for the music that you do?
It's a loaded question.
Nothing close to what the record sounds like.
Hey, that's what, you know what? I've heard that from almost everybody that we've talked to. Their inspirations are all across the board.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking musical styles and sounds, for me, it really comes from all over the place. I mean, Transit is a huge one for me.
Yeah.
They're just a very important band to me. The Wonder Years, of course. But also like a lot of singer-songwriters. John Moreland.
Okay.
He's a big one for me. I mean, I could list every genre, someone that there's an influence. I mean,
No, I'm the exact same way. I listen to stuff all across the spectrum.
Yeah,
so
it's
kinda
anything
how it
and
goes.
everything. I mean, I'll definitely check anything out.
Yeah.
For sure. Like some days I'll listen to, some I say old school now, hardcore, but like
Yeah.
some Have Heart, some Verse, like I
Okay.
still love that, like hardcore.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the time, honestly, I listen to 90% of my music. I listen to country.
Okay.
There you go.
Mostly, either
Well,
that or
that's-
pop punk.
Well, I was one of those people that hated country for so long, and it really wasn't because of anything that I heard that I didn't like. It was more so I was just like, punk kid. I'm not going to listen to country.
Yeah.
Screw that. And then I started to listen to some like Johnny Cash or Hank Williams Sr. And that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know what? It doesn't all suck. And that's kind of expanded my horizons. Now I like Luke Combs a lot. He's a really,
Luke is he's a god when it comes to it. I mean, that dude writes 90% of everything he puts out.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about Luke Combs.
Oh yeah, dude. He's right. Yeah, he kind of just popped up and just took everyone's heart.
Yeah, he's just a good old hometown boy that just was singing in college, and I think it was Vine.
He started on Vine.
Yeah, Vine,
And
like
then
just
he
posting
picked,
Vines
He
and-
picked up because he was singing like covers and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought originally.
Yeah, Luke's. I mean, that's honestly a good bit. Like the new Tyler Childers, is that how you say his last name? Tyler. He's
yeah.
amazing. I mean, there's a lot of good artists out there. Cody Jinks, I listen to him a lot.
That's someone I haven't heard of yet. I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, I mean, country's honestly like a huge inspiration.
Yeah.
But also really sad because they're always sad songs.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
like.
they are.
Well,
but they find a way to turn it around.
That's a
every
good
time.
segue. I think that's the word I want to use into back to your album. We were talking earlier when I asked you. I was like, "Is this all? Would you call yourself like a Christian rocker?" I guess. A lot of the songs, especially, I think it was The Day I Started Dreaming. When I was listening to that, I wanted to ask you, was that about like the day you found God, or is it?
Yeah, that's actually the day that I came to Christ. I was attempted suicide. I went on a date with a girl, and she was super religious, and I was like, whatever, like that's
Yeah.
not my thing. And I'd planned it for the next morning, and then she had said she got a word from God to come, and she walked in on me. And then that night, a friend of mine, Mike Martins, shout out, had called me and needed a place for a band called For Today to
Yeah.
stay. And they showed up at the house. We ended up talking, praying. Here I still am.
Wow, dude, that's touching. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's deep.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that's just it's a really cool story hearing that because I think not to talk down on a genre of music when it comes to like Christian rock or anything like that. We usually when you listen to a song, I mean you already know like what it's about, of course. Like it follows the same premise. Almost, I hate to use the word cheesy, but we can say cheesy sometimes, and I think that's what's really unique about what you're doing is like, and even I think every song you did. It doesn't have to be about God because like the song The Day I Started Dreaming, that's just I think whatever light it is that stops you from doing, whatever. It's not even your case. Like let's just say like for many years, example like let's say like oh I've been in this rough spot. I don't want to continue. Everyone has that moment of God in their life, and sometimes it's music that gets you out of your
For sure.
those ways of thinking. So I think that's what's super cool about what you're doing is just like it's not really straightforward. Like there's a lot you can take away from it in many different aspects of life instead of just God. You know what I'm saying? I think that's awesome to you're keeping it open for other people too.
Well, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's ultimately the goal. I mean, that's what I want. I just want someone to get something and give them a reason to lift their leg and step another day forward. It's really all it's about for me.
I think that they're really they're unique songs because they're not so much about like worship or religion. They're about Chris's personal relationship with faith.
Yeah.
So it's more of like a struggle with anything where you could take it as like a struggle with a relationship or a struggle with God or a struggle with, anything in your life.
Like, why should I keep going? Like,
Right,
why-
right.
yeah.
As opposed to just like, praise Jesus, thank God.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I don't usually write songs about that.
Right.
They're normally pretty angry and pissed off.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that Kevin, you were saying like everyone has that faith. If it's in a relationship, or in God, or in like, should I trust this person? Faith is something you can't see or touch. So like, why the hell are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's a problem everyone deals with whatever they're doing. So, I mean, do you find yourself in, even let's say off of God, just with your music or whatever whatever you do you find like it's hard to keep going still, or do you think with music and what you've done on your album, do you think that's kind of influenced? Like, okay, you know what, I'm going to change my way of thinking. I'm going to start doing it this way or whatever.
There's moments of the day for sure. I mean, I personally struggle with depression. And I mean, it's a really hard battle every day for me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I forget where the hell I was going, but
Struggle with depression. You get, some parts of the day you said you're.
yeah, but I mean, I quit music a long time ago.
I mean, we've all quit music at some point.
Right.
And, this record was just kind of me just kind of messing around. And I think I put something on Instagram, and he had just moved back from California, and he was like, yo, dude, let me record that.
I think it was even before I moved back from California when I was recording covers with Travis and stuff. Travis Kempton, shout out. And you hit me up and you were like, hey, when you get home, I have these like folky singer-songwriter songs that I want to get out. It would just be like acoustic and me singing, like probably, 2 microphones, one on the acoustic, one on my voice, and we're just going to do a little album. And then it evolved from there. So it was before.
Yeah,
I wasn't even living in the state at the time, and then we just kind of linked up when I moved home.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it all worked out. And
Yeah.
I mean, without Kevin, these songs would literally be nothing.
Well, yeah, it sounds like kind of the perfect storm.
Right.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's a lot of times where I have an idea and he's just like, no, that sucks. And just do this, and I want to fight him on it.
Yeah.
A lot of times, but I'm like, he hasn't let me down yet.
Yeah,
most
he's
of-
able to help you translate that idea into
Exactly.
something
Most of the
tangible.
time when he wants to fight me on something, he gets angry about it, and then we get better takes on whatever we're doing because it's like there's that passion there's that anger, and I mean they're pissed off songs.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're not like metal songs or anything, but they are angry. A lot of them. So when he's like all pissed off trying to get this idea out that I've got in my head, trying to twist his shit around, he's like, "Wow, that actually turned out really cool."
Right. I'm sure that translates into the music.
I mean, funny story. We have a new record coming out. Well, at least 3 new songs coming out here soon. We got a video coming out on Friday, August 16th.
Yep. And we'll
So
touch
this-
base on that too.
But during one of them, like, I just wasn't angry enough. This man just stands up and straight bitch slaps me. Like, not easy.
Damn.
Right? I was like, "Look at me, and then I just slapped him across the face, and I was like. He was like, what the fuck? And I was like, all right, now do the line. Let's go. Sing it.
And, like, he knows me. Like, I don't take that. Like, I've always been, like, you hit me, like, okay, it's on.
Yeah, that's the moment.
You know what I mean? So, like, I got a great take out of it, and it worked, but
Yeah.
I was pretty pissed off.
I told you could hit me back, and you never did.
See, but you know what? That's what sets a weak producer aside from a good producer, right there, because you knew how to get what you wanted.
Right.
Yeah, he got it for sure. I can guarantee that.
That's awesome. So the new video coming out, Homesick, right? Tell
Yes,
me a
sir.
little bit about that.
That's a song that came together in like 20 minutes in my
Okay.
basement. It just kind of came to me. But it's a song about family stuff, it's about my father. And it turned out, I mean, I'm in love with it. I listen to it probably 20 times a day.
Yeah.
And my buddy, Josh Emmerich, he just shot the video for it. So yeah, that's going to be coming out Friday, August 16th.
And I know everyone says this, but the new songs are like way better. So I wish we could just like go back and redo the first record. It's like it's a totally different direction. It's way more I don't want to say like polished, but way more I don't even know. I don't even
Like the techniques you used on that album when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering. You think you did it a little differently than the first?
we did a little bit different.
My guitar playing got way better.
He did get way better at guitar because
Okay.
he's been playing nonstop since we finished tracking the first record. He's been writing like every day.
Do you
Playing
record like
guitar
a click track and stuff too when you guys are doing
Oh
it?
yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, that's what I've been doing is trying to at least record some type of idea every day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Whether
I mean,
it's
really good.
just a little line that came up in my head, and just at least do that and have it there to come back on. My singing has grown leaps and bounds. It's definitely I like polished, but it's also more aggressive.
See,
and
I
more
wanted
raw.
to say polished, but I didn't want to say like it sounds like a cookie cutter record or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. It's definitely more raw, a lot more emotional.
Okay.
No, I think
It's well, I mean, the first record is it's emotional,
yeah.
but it's like way more like raw emotion, like yelling and it has some screaming, which the first record has none.
Man, you guys are getting me excited over here. I
Yeah,
like
that's gonna be
hearing
super.
that.
Were you in a different headspace with writing those songs for the new with the new?
Oh
album
yeah, I
coming
mean
up?
the first little EP that was written honestly probably 2.5, 3 years ago.
Okay.
Well, plus, I think writing these songs after working together, you knew what I was looking for.
Yeah.
When like you had an idea in your head when you were writing, like Kevin would like this or Kevin wouldn't like this. So I feel like that probably has a little bit to do with it.
And it really does help, being involved with somebody that inspires you. You know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I mean?
for
That's
sure.
like,
Absolutely.
That's, like
having another creative mind is always
yeah, and it
great.
really does help to have somebody that pushes you. And now I do have some belief in
Yeah.
my songs and my songwriting, and that there actually might be something there.
Oh yeah, and the confidence itself almost,
Yes.
inspires you to write in
I'm
a
sure
different
that helps
way.
you when you perform live. Also, you're going
Yeah.
at that with a different passion.
Yes,
Yeah.
We actually haven't performed live.
Well, what you're about your solo stuff.
I've played some acoustic stuff by
Yeah.
myself.
So that's gonna be a big change.
But
then,
not
when you got
not
when
these
you,
songs.
No,
right.
not these songs.
Yeah, so that's
Honestly,
gonna be a huge change. Then,
the songs
right?
on the
Yeah,
EP
yeah.
were never played as a full band ever.
Okay.
Until we just started practicing, a month ago?
3 weeks ago.
3
yeah.
weeks ago? They've
Right.
never been played as a full band.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
only practiced twice, and it was like because when we did this EP, it was like, well, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna put it out, and it's just like to get these songs off Chris's chest. And then it was like, well, we have the songs. What if we played a show? And then more time went by, and nothing really came up that sounded cool. And then his buddy James Arnold is like putting out an album, and he put together a show for the release and asked us if we wanted to play, and it just kind of worked out that we had the time to get together and
start practicing,
and
getting the
yeah,
show
and, like,
together, yeah.
I'm playing drums, so I know the songs,
Right.
and he knows the songs, so we just had to find a couple guys that could learn the stuff, and everything's clicking really well. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I had planned on playing solo, but it was like I really want to do full band, and I was like, well, we'll try practice, and sounds like hell.
Yeah.
We'll just nix
Well,
the
that's-
idea, and I'll play. I'll play by myself or something. But literally after our first practice, it was like, okay, like I don't think I played in a country cover band. We were acoustic, but I haven't really played a real show since 2012, I think.
Yeah, it's been,
Okay, wow.
it's
So
been
it'll be very different
it's
for you
gonna be-
getting back out
yeah.
there, doing a different kind of music.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been on the stage and been able to jump around and yell and scream. And
Yeah, for sure. It'll be fun though, for sure.
Oh,
You got any
I-
shows planned that you're coming up, or are you still working on getting everything together first?
was it August 23rd?
Yeah, next
at
Friday.
Yeah.
the Shrunken Head.
Oh, you guys are playing at the
Ooh,
Shrunken
yes,
Head? Okay,
yes.
we were just there the other day for
Yeah.
Girl Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really cool then.
Yeah, it's Old Sport.
Yeah, Old
and-
Sport,
and
us,
James Arnold.
and James Arnold. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, if you're into balance and composure, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, definitely come out.
Sure. And then Shrunken Head too. I know you guys said since you haven't played in a while, they have such a good sound guy there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it sounds great.
I guess it used to be a place called Victorians
I don't know.
back in the day. That's what one of my buddies told me, and we actually played there together
Yeah.
years ago, and I think it was the last time that we played a show together. He was in Strength Within, and I was in a band called Legion,
Okay.
and we played there, metal bands in this venue, and then he was like, have you ever heard of Shrunken Head? And I was like, nope, never been there. And my buddy was like, yeah, it used to be Victorians. And I was like, oh man, that's so exciting. I'm really stoked to play that.
Yeah, that's literally the last time we ever played a show together. We were talking about on the way here, as I think it was that, which was 2010, 2010?
2011 maybe.
2010?
Had to be like 2011 maybe.
No, because I was in Though She Wrote in 2011.
Okay, so 2010, yeah.
It's like
Damn, so it's been almost
it's
10
like,
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a super long time,
And
and
somehow we ended up in the same band.
yeah,
It's crazy how that stuff works out.
I
though.
convinced him to play drums for me.
It was
So how do you guys know each other while we're on that? You know, you're talking about
just a couple years before that. I used to like my first like kind of scene band that like actually did anything. It was called Under Watchful Eyes.
Okay.
And what was it?
It was either Promise Me Silence or early Legion days, but
We started playing shows together, and you know sometimes you like meet people and you just click right off the get go.
Yeah.
that was just me and Kevin.
I
Like,
think it was early Legion days because you were booking shows in Zanesville.
yes, I had a church that was crazy enough to just let me do whatever the hell I wanted. Like they did, they had a basement, and excuse me, they just didn't care. They were like, "Yeah, that's fine."
And then, yeah, we were a deathcore band playing at a church, and we always hated playing at churches, and we would come out and actually, like, make fun of Chris.
Yeah.
Because he used to write Pray Hard across his knuckles.
Yeah, I did. It was it was one time. It was a photo shoot
With Sharpie marker.
No, it was one time, and like we had doing a photo shoot, and someone
Chris,
was like,
pray hard.
dude, you need hand tattoos, and I was like, I'm not getting hand tattoos, and they were like, just write pray hard, and it was a funny joke, and still like I still think like my name might be saved in your phone as Chris Prayhard.
I think it actually is. Let me check that. Oh, no, I did change it, unfortunately.
It was the running joke for a long time.
This is the part of the podcast where we take a little break to enjoy some acoustic tunes performed by BRAVR, presented by Craft and Vinyl.
This song's called Empty.
Looking out the window, see all the passing cars. I wonder where they're going, even just how far. What's the point of purpose if we end up alone? I'm dreaming of a future, a brand new home. Seen the bottom of this bottle, heard the empty on the phone. Seen the bottom of this bottle, so I guess it's my new home. Following white
to the podcast.
So now going forward for the rest of this year, the plans plans for BRAVR. You guys just want to get out and gig more, write more, or what's your goal in the next year? Year?
Let me jump in here, because after this show, and I'm going to put this on record right now, that Chris is playing guitar and singing because he doesn't want to. But now that it's recorded, it has to happen. But after this show, we're gonna get to writing and recording a lot. I think we want to try to get this album done in the fall
For sure.
and we usually just do Saturdays. I think we're going to try to start doing a couple days during the week because we get off pretty early. I get off at 3 p.m., so we can record during the week and stuff. But for the whole duration of the first record, we only recorded Saturdays.
Okay.
Just one day a week. And after this show, I really want to get back into the swing of that. And then, maybe play a show here and there, maybe one in the fall, one in the winter, something like that. But, yeah, try to hold off on shows until we get this second record out so we have a lot more material.
Yeah.
mix it up.
Well, we only have, right now, we only have the 5 songs.
Right.
Which is, if we just play all of those, it's going to be weird. And then we're playing a couple new ones at this show, but no one's heard them, so we're trying to get them out before the show.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have more material before we actually start gigging.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the plan. I know I have 5 or 6, maybe 7 songs roughly demoed. I have 2 or 3 more that are somewhat finished without vocals. I mean, they're coming together quick. It just takes time for us to get together. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's your writing process like? Are you take songs to show Kevin, or since you guys have the band together now, are you guys writing together, or what's?
That's going to be kind of the plan at one point. I would like to do that. Is we have a practice space, so I'd like to get together and jam, but a lot of times it's just I get off work and I'll have an idea in my head, and I just go to my computer and I have a little electronic kit that goes MIDI, and I just get a little demo out in Logic.
Yeah.
And then he does this thing where he'll record these demos, and then he'll send me a video of it, and I have an Android, so it comes through all
'Cause he's
pixelated
not
and
smart.
terrible. Instead of just bouncing it down to an MP3 and emailing it to me.
No, I send you little lick ideas, yo, what do you think about this? Because he used to have an iPhone, but he went dumb and
went dumb.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah, you're gonna get us killed. We're gonna lose listeners. Let's go.
Yeah, no offense, that's me. That's not them. That's all
No,
me.
I will say that's that's a funny thing you mentioned that, because when it comes to where we play music together, Zach and myself, and when I'll write something or whatever, I send it to Zach. I'm like, dude, Zach, please don't tell me it's bad. Just lie to my face if you need to. Make me feel better about myself.
Honestly, anymore, I kind of like it when Kevin's like, "No, dude, that sucks."
What kind of inspires you to step it up?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it really does,
That
and
sucks. And let's.
I will say,
Okay.
playing with other people has changed my whole mind when it comes to writing songs and chord structure.
Right.
Because now the guys I play with, I'm like, I kind of know the sound they like. So when I'm writing, I'm like, okay, so they like that. So now when you write music, are you writing music now what would Kevin like, or what would this guy like? What
there's
would
parts,
we like?
There's one of the new songs that I couldn't figure out a bridge,
Okay.
and I was like, I know Kevin loves breakdowns. I love breakdowns. And so I just added this simple little single note breakdown, and that was his favorite part of everything.
And it's everyone that I've showed that song to, it's their favorite part too. And it's just this it's on a Telecaster single coil. Just it's
sounds.
not heavy, it's super low gain, but it's the heaviest thing in the world because it's a random breakdown out of nowhere. I mean, it's not a chuggy
Right.
but yeah,
It's contextual. The context.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it just shows you what
extra hard.
dynamics do to a song.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I try to do is I don't really want to put us in a box either.
Right.
If something's cool and it's feeling cool, let's go ahead, and if it works, it works.
Definitely more fun that way. You can
Yeah,
kind of.
I don't want to just be everybody called us a pop punk band, and I'm like, I think we're just kind of like an indie rock band.
Yeah.
To me, I'm just playing some rock music,
Yeah, but it's cool that you're able to expand your boundaries and kind of, you get to be a true creative.
And
you don't say, because eventually you can get burnt out of, okay, I got to make something that sounds pop punky because that's what people like, and now you've stepped past that and you're like, I'm just going to make what makes me happy.
And
if
honestly,
people
that's
like it, they
a
like
huge
it.
problem for me is when I get pigeonholed. That's when I get bored.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I listen to so many other different things, and so it's I just really, I want to leave every door open.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't close one until you go through it. So
You don't want to ever trap yourself creatively.
No,
Then
I
you stop
don't.
creating when that happens.
and that's a big reason for this project for me was just to be creative because, you know, I've done a bunch of reading and in the way science is now, it's showing us that, you know, with depression and getting your mood up with a creative person, a lot of times getting that creative outlet can really help you.
You're
Absolutely.
activating your brain.
Exactly.
You're not trapping
and
yourself.
So
You're
that
always
was a thanks, bud. That was a big
re-upping on
thing.
beer over here.
Yes. What was this? The Wolf Ridge.
Wolf
Love
Ridge.
Yeah, that is leisurely.
Yeah,
That's one of my
yeah.
all-time favorites.
I love theirs. Is it Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Is that one of their beers?
Troy, is that a Wolf's Ridge, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one?
They got rid of it?
It's like a seasonal. It's like a seasonal.
Oh my god, that beer is so good.
Man, I gotta
and then
try
like their
that.
Vanilla Sky one is incredible. But
Shout out Wolf Ridge.
yes,
Unpaid promotion.
but yeah, it just creatively, I needed to do something.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
And I'm a creative person. That's why I love my job and in construction. Is I'm always creating. I'm always
Yeah.
making something.
That's
and
awesome.
Normally within a few days, I'll see my completion and I get that high from it. And it's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool.
Now, you mentioned depression. Do you think, do you ever think the fact that you dealt with, your thoughts that you've had and the past experiences, do you ever feel like, I don't want to say thankful for depression, but like maybe do you think because of depression it's opened this new doorway to lead your life now? So now you know where you've been and now you know where you want to go?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know that I can answer that in a positive way right now because I'm in a pretty bad funk at the moment.
Right.
So I don't know how to answer that positively.
Okay.
I don't know that honestly I could ever say I'm thankful for depression.
Right, and I hate this. I hope.
No, I get your question.
Yeah.
Yes, it's super cool, and honestly, that's a huge thing. Why I want to do this band at this point is maybe
you could change
someone
someone's
could
life.
put the
Yeah.
trigger down. Someone could put that weapon down.
I would
Absolutely.
say that Chris's depression has definitely made some killer songs.
Yes,
I know it's a burden and it's terrible, and this man struggles because I have to deal with it.
Yes. But no, honestly,
But-
I mean, yes.
But
To answer-
not a burden on me. It's a burden on him.
Right.
Because when he comes over and he's bummed out, I know we're gonna get some sweet shit.
Yeah.
that's very true.
And then by the end of the day, like a light switch, he's like good to go, and he's like, man, he's like high as shit on life.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what he just said. It does help, and I can't say thankful for it, but I think it does create some beautiful things.
Exactly. I think it's a beautiful thing that music is your escape. That's how
Yes.
you move into a different frame of mind. Because that's, I suffer from the same thing, and that's
Yep.
kind of how I express myself
Yeah.
as well. Whenever I'm starting to feel down, it's like, okay, well, let's step outside of this mind frame. Let's create something, and that brings, like you said, a natural high.
Well,
to me.
you build art from struggle. It's like no good musicians have easy lives. No good stand-up
Absolutely.
comedians had easy childhoods.
Right.
No good artist has an easy life. It's like you don't make art from not having a struggle. It's like if
You
your
have a-
life
you have a
life is
fuel.
perfect, what do you have to complain about or put on paper or put in music or put into comedy or anything like that?
Yeah.
So having that struggle really makes the good art.
Yeah, it's a fine line to walk, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it right now. So
For sure.
Well,
For
that's
sure.
super good to hear. Now, I guess if you could say anything to someone that is dealing with depression, what do you tell them?
reach out. I know it seems hard, and may not seem worth it, but reach out. A text.
And and it seems like you're like a burden on your friends to reach out and
No.
say shit, but
It's the exact
defi-
opposite.
definitely, yeah. Reach out to your friends, like just be like, "Yo, do you want to hang out today? I'm, feeling a little down. Like, it would be cool to, be around people."
Yeah, even if it's just, hey man. I mean, for Kevin, I got to text him like 7 times. Or hit up his girlfriend Danielle and be like, hey, have Kevin text me back.
Well, man, that's the workaround. That's how you get it.
Because
That always works.
Yeah.
She's like, "Can you text Chris? He just texted me," and I'm like, "Oh shit, some shit's just hit the fan."
That's like the cheat code to get it.
Yeah, but honestly, just reach out. Everybody struggles. We have this misconception in, I don't know if it's our culture or
A stigma, Right.
Not even a stigma, but that like you're going to be happy all the time.
Right.
There's no way possible.
Yeah, no one's happy all the time.
And if you're feeling down, just hit somebody up. I mean, I'm sure all of my Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff will be up there. Hit me up. Like, I'm 100% cool with it. Just talk. And for the people that maybe don't want to talk about that, too fucking bad. Talk to your friends. Care about them. Love them. That's what we need.
Absolutely, and a big thing. Everything gets better as well. I know when you're deep in depression, it feels like
There's no way out.
There's no point. Nothing's ever going to get better. But life always has a way of turning something around. Anytime you're at your lowest moment, something pops up that can change everything.
Yeah, and I mean it's really hard to see that. So that's what I mean. It's something I've been working on. Is reaching out and talking to people when I am at that low point. Excuse me. Draft beer gets you. But reaching out and talking to people and just saying, hey, can we go grab a beer?
Yeah.
Or if you're not a adult beverage drinker, can we go get a coffee?
Yeah. Just spending quality time with people.
Can we go on a drive?
Let's
Getting
go
outside of
smoke
the
some
house.
weed.
If you smoke the weeds, smoke the weeds. It ain't the devil's lettuce, it's God's grass.
The jazz cabbage.
The jazz cabbage.
I mean, just reach out. And it seems hard at times, but I mean, even if you don't feel comfortable hitting up one of your friends, get on Twitter and post a tweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I promise you, someone will respond some way or something. I
Or
mean,
some asshole will just like it and move on.
Yeah, but honestly,
Retweet it.
Just
Same.
retweet your sadness.
yeah, but sometimes that makes you feel better. That's happened to me. I've posted stuff on Twitter, and then Kevin will just like it, and I'm like, it literally broke everything, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm good.
Yeah, at least someone's listening.
Yeah, let's go delete that tweet now.
You're not
Yeah.
just screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, how you've been doing music and stuff, that just goes to show also, like, give yourself an outlet. Do something. Maybe lifting weights. Go
Absolutely.
box. Go do something. And especially, I think being creative is just, man, it's just a whole different way to think. It just changes everything.
It really is. I mean, it's awesome for me, and I do music, but fishing for me is my getaway, shut the world off.
Because he's a redneck.
I kind of am a little bit.
Hey,
But
there's
hey,
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Hey.
wrong with that.
Fish is relaxing, though.
it is.
There's
I love it.
yeah.
Hunting season's coming up. Can't
Right.
wait to fill the freezer. Like, I mean, I have everybody has their things to look forward to, and it's hard to break your mental struggle.
For sure.
But sometimes it literally is picking up this dumb phone and putting out a tweet or calling somebody or.
Hey, put a case on that thing, dude.
I just got it last night, dude.
Oh, man, you're scaring me. Me and him just had a
Cringe.
conversation about this
I
the other day. I
know.
was telling him, like, dude, you need to get an OtterBox. And he's like,
I know.
I'm like, you're going to break your phone. And
It's
he's like,
ordered.
well, I've done it before. He was like, but when I didn't have a case on it. I'm like, exactly. You just validated
I
my
believe
point.
it's on my
Put a damn
front
case on it.
doorstep right now.
Right.
So it's going to
Okay.
be on there.
Okay, as long as you're trying. That's
Yeah.
what matters. That's what matters.
Well, I guess to bring this to a conclusion here, what new projects coming up? You got new video dropping, shows coming up. Anything else you guys want to share about your music, or anything you just want to? One last message you just want to tell Columbus?
Raise hell and praise Dale.
Raise hell, praise Dale. All right. So where can people where can people find your music, and where can people find you?
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, everywhere that you can stream music, buy music, we're there. It's just under BRAVR. I think the YouTube is BRAVR Music. Chris has Twitter at Chapman Liberty. I have a Twitter. It's not important. It's just a bunch of shit posts.
No, you should definitely follow it because it's the funniest shit.
What's
in
the
world.
handle? What's the at what?
F you,
you,
Kevin.
Have you?
And it's just terrible. It's literally just me screaming into the void, and no one cares. But yeah, I don't know when this comes out, but if people want to come to the show next Friday, the 23rd at Shrunken Head, we'll be there.
We'll try to post it on our social media.
It's going to be us, struggling to play songs that we all already know really well.
I'm gonna be so out of breath. I'm so fat now. Like,
Yeah, me too.
story of my life. It gets harder every day.
But my Instagram is Chris_Bushlightyear. Because
By the way, I love that.
Yeah.
name.
Bushlight
It's
is
better.
my favorite beer.
Mine's a Coors Banquet.
There we go. And I'm always taking clients for recording. So
Okay,
if
awesome.
anyone wants to record any bands or
If
anything,
you give us
solo
links,
artists,
we'll get them shared out. Also,
yeah, I don't have like a website or anything. I basically do all my contacting through Twitter and email and stuff. But yeah, Twitter's the easiest way to find me. My phone's always in my hand.
Yes.
And if they listen to Braver, that's a reference to
Yeah,
what they,
and especially when the new stuff comes out, we got the music video coming out this Friday. That's a better representation of where I'm at now, production wise and
Okay,
stuff.
awesome.
It's
And I'll do anything from softer stuff, acoustic stuff, metal, hip hop, whatever.
honestly, there's anything you could throw at him and he will make it sound amazing. He's a god.
I don't know
For
about
sure.
that.
That's
but
awesome.
I try and I do what I can.
Well, Chris, Kevin, it's been amazing meeting you guys, and thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Shout out to Craft and Vinyl.
Yeah, shout out Craft and Vinyl,
Craft and Vinyl, shout
David
out.
and Troy. Hell
Yes,
yeah.
thank
They
you
rule.
so much. Come check this place out. It's pretty badass.
Hey everyone, thanks again for showing us all the love on social media. Sharing our content around really helps support the local scene. Now here's the live performance of Homesick.
How y'all doing? This is BRAVR. The song's called Homesick.
Like a homeless man, I beg for answers. Wonder if there's any hope for me. Chased all these demons for so long. Pretty sure I'm too far gone. So long. Were you really there for me? Were you really there for me? So sick and tired of being tired. Too tired of being sick. This is how it's gonna be. Could you save some room for me up in heaven? Chase a rabbit down the hole. All I found was broken homes and my lost soul. Teacher, teacher, what